Even during the delivery, a lot of women and a lot of babies die. They cannot make it. And then I hold the baby and then I looked. I couldn't believe it. And I cried. I normally try to be very strong and then I couldn't. That time I was so vulnerable. Hi everyone, it's your North Korean American sister. Came back with another story. Are you guys ready to hear? Okay, let's dive into the story. So continue to the story from the last episodes. I found that I was pregnant. From there, I became very sick. I couldn't continue to work. I couldn't function very well. And I was all of a sudden pregnant, right? We didn't plan it. So I was so stressed. I didn't want any children. Raising children is very hard. And then I didn't think I was gonna be a good mom to my children because I was full of myself and also without family and very new to here. I don't think I could, raise good children here. I thought about myself. I'd rather not to have a children, right? And then I already told my husband. And I even told his parents about it that I didn't want to have babies. And they were so shocked and they wasn't happy because, Korean culture, once you get married, you have to have a baby. And then the boyfriend is the only son in the house. And then in Korean culture, you gotta, it's since you're only son, you have to carry on the family name. So you have to have a baby, especially you have to have a son. First of all, even though you think about it, you cannot say that in front of them. It's very rude and it's obviously they're not gonna like it and that you will get bad influence by that. Me telling them about it, I think they became to dislike me from there. I don't know. But they obviously the face expression was mad, right? But I'm like, I didn't want to have baby, period. But look at me. Life doesn't go as you planned. And I'm pregnant. The fact that I'm pregnant, I still couldn't believe it. I had never thought about me having a baby. I had never imagined it. Yeah, and then I was struggling like emotionally, and plus I just got kicked out from their house, and all the shenanigans went around me. I couldn't process that led to often fighting with the boyfriend. So we fought a lot. Thinking back now, I blamed everything to him. It's your fault. It's your fault. Everything is your fault, right? I couldn't hold everything. I already went through a lot of stuff, and then now I'm pregnant with nothing. I mean, baby needs a family. Now I don't have it, and he doesn't have it. I mean, I felt so bad for baby already inside my body. So I'm I didn't want this kind of situation for the baby. So I was so stressed and it's all the like a hormone stuff and emotional battle went around my inside my head and then I just kept fighting with them and we were not happy and plus we didn't have enough time to even date. We didn't know each other well yet. And plus with the baby, it was so crazy. Sometimes you fought hard and then I ran out because I didn't want to stay there. And guess what? I ran outside and then realized that I had nowhere to go. It's new town, new neighborhood, no friends. Even I had a few friends, I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to show them this level of my vulnerability. And I was very like confident and a cool person. Now I don't want to show them my weakness. So all I had to go was Walmart. They open 24 hours, so yeah, I went there, like went around hours and hours just walking around. I went around the store like until middle of the night and then went back to the apartment. I'm sure the boyfriend was worried about me so much, but he already knew I didn't have anywhere to go, so he didn't say anything, just he was sleeping there. Yeah, it was emotionally, physically, I wasn't doing very well at the pregnancy, but I had to pretend to be happy for the baby. I really tried my best to not thinking about bad stuff and think about happy moments and stuff like that. So, and there's a Korean saying that if you keep thinking about, especially person when you're pregnant, the baby look like that. So when you're pregnant, don't think about people that you don't like. So think about people that you really like, you really want your baby to be like. So for example, Korean women, especially they're pregnant, they keep look at the pictures, the pretty like actresses and actors, especially K-pop pictures, right? So you keep looking at them and your baby will look like them. So many people do that. So I'm like, oh no, no, I don't want my baby look like that people I hate. So I tried very hard to not thinking about the mother-in-laws. And fast forward, the pregnancy time came to an end and the delivery day came. The water already naturally broke in, so that's why I came in that day. And then even though the water had broken, but only like a 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter dilated. So we were waiting. After 17 hours, it fully dilated. And then before that, I already got the epidural. And then after the epidural, I didn't feel any pain. But the scary thing was that I couldn't feel my legs at all. What if the feeling of the legs never come back? I'm like, oh, it was so scary. Yeah. In North Korea, women mostly give birth at home. First of all, there are no hospitals around you, only like one or two in the big cities. And even you're lucky living in big city and then have a hospital doesn't have equipment and medications. And you know that they don't even have a electricity. So going to hospital more dangerous. You're doing the middle of something and then the power turned off. You're just stuck in there. Of course, there's no epidural and any pain medication, and they don't even have antibiotics. They just have delivery just without nothing. Just baby come out and then just naturally you healing. Many women get diseases from there because of course they don't have any medication, no antibiotic. They don't get any treatment. Even during the delivery, a lot of women and a lot of babies die. They cannot make it. So we often hear, oh, somebody's house, the mom and baby died. I was growing up hearing that news is normal. So in the delivery room, I was so appreciated. That I can get all the like machines and medications and the epidural. Doctors and nurses come around and ask me how I feel. Like it was so luxurious for me. So I was so happy. I didn't complain anything about pain. In this situation, I could do anything. But I kept hearing screams from other rooms. Like, like that. So I'm like, that made me so scary hearing others screaming like that. I'm like, oh, that must be so painful. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, how much the pain I will get. Like, I was okay with everything, but whenever I hear the screams, I'm like, it made me realize that, oh, I'm in this painful delivery. And the time came for delivery, the pushing, and I pushed it, and then baby came out quickly. And I didn't scream. I didn't get to scream. So I'm like, it was okay. So, okay. And then baby came out, and then she came out, they cleaned her. The nurses handed me the baby, right? Here's your baby. And then I hold the baby, and then I looked. I couldn't believe it. She looked exactly like my mother-in-law. I was almost like, oh, hello, like that. She looked exactly like my mother-in-law. So identical. Baby mother-in-law right there. So I'm like, oh, 안녕하세요. That means, hi, hello, mother-in-law, like that. I'm like, who is this person? Who is this baby? She doesn't look like me at all. So I'm like, it's so weird, right? I mean, I think I gave birth to a baby and then she doesn't look like me at all. She looked like the person I hate. So I'm like, I just hold her like only like a few minutes and then I just gave them back. I needed to have time to process it. So I'm like, and then I was so exhausted and yeah, I was so tired. And the boyfriend holding her, I could see him so happy. She looked exactly like his mom and himself. He was getting emotional and he was so happy, like having the first child, right? He didn't know what to do. Like he barely like holding her like, oh, like appa, that means you daddy, like that. I didn't feel like, oh, it's my baby. Like it was so weird. I was so worried about me not like taking care of her. I was the room all by myself while I was sleeping. Nighttime, I woke up. And I think that time is kind of my maternal love slowly coming up. So all of a sudden, I kind of have this feeling that I wanted to see that baby. I don't know, it was hormone or just, it's my breast milk started working and my maternal instinct is coming back. I can notice it. So I have a feel that that baby is mine. It's my blood. And a thought came up to me that you're not alone in this world. You have your own blood right next to you. that's the moment I truly feel that I'm not alone anymore. And I'm not going to suffer all by myself. And I'm not going to be lonely anymore because I have my actual blood here. So I called the nurse and she's like, yeah, what's up? You need more pain medicine? No. Could you bring my baby? I really want to see her. The nurse brought the baby. And then that time I truly holding her and I looking at her. I felt the warmness inside of my heart. And I think that moment I truly, truly connected with the baby. She was so tiny and sleepy. And I was just holding her and then smelling her. And then I had the moment with her. After that, we clicked. And then she still looked like the mother-in-law, but still I noticed that, oh, that's my baby. Yeah. What can you do? It's your baby. You just gave birth to her. Yeah. Yeah. That was a very special moment. And I was very, very hungry. I really needed food to eat, right? And then the hospital gave me sandwiches and some American food. But in Korea culture, right after you deliver baby, you have to eat seaweed soup. That's very traditional. Even North Korea food, they do their best to have seaweed ready to make the soup for the delivery. That's very traditional. We all know that in Korea culture, you don't drink cold water after delivery. And you don't even take cold shower. It makes you sick for years and years. Because I heard that American people don't care. They just eat ice cream, ice water, and shower with cold water, and they don't care. But I think American women and Asian women have different structure. So do like this, we get sick years. And I know friends who came from North Korea, but she's still suffering from that disease because she literally had a baby and then crossed the river to escape. She had to cross the winter time with the cold water, the ice melt water right after having a baby. So she's still suffering with the coldness. She can't have AC because whenever she entered the room with the AC, all the coldness go into her body. Like her lip turn like blue like this. So she's shivering. So all the Korean women, they do like that. Yes, that's why. And then the nurse said, oh, you want ice water? I said, no. But I really, really, really wanted the seaweed soup. And then I couldn't get to have it. And then I didn't have any people visit me and bring it to me. The boyfriend was working. He just watched the delivery. He went back to work and nobody else visiting me. That's the time I really, really missed my mom, especially. And I cried. I normally try to be very strong and then I couldn't. That time I was so vulnerable. Yeah, I cried so much and then I missed my family so much. All these years, I didn't cry. My mom wanted me to always happy, right? So if I cry here, it will break her heart. So I didn't cry for her. But that time I couldn't help. I had to cry so much and then couldn't stop crying. I don't have anybody to show the baby. I don't have anybody to say good job to me giving birth to child. And I was all there all by myself. I was so sad, super sad. And then looking at the baby, I felt so sorry for her too, because I promised the baby, I will not let this happen to you. I will work hard to give you a good life. You already were born here, freedom country. So I gave you for that, risking my life away from my family. I'm here for that, to you. I will never let you go through this kind of situation. It's enough for me, but not you. I promised my baby. The boyfriend couldn't come to pick me up because he couldn't leave the work. So he sent his sister to pick me up. And his sister came to pick me up to her house. 'Cause her house is bigger, so it will be better for me and the baby, right? I still had never spoken to his parents because we're still like enemies. She dropped me and baby the house and then she went back to work too. And I went into the house. I went to the kitchen and there were no food at all. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I couldn't even believe that I would starve after having a baby. So it was the realization of moment that that's the worst thing when you don't have family next to you. The nighttime came and the boyfriend came back from work and then he made a lot of seaweed soup right after. I finally got to eat seaweed soup that night. Whoa, what a sad day. And after that, the next day, someone finally visited me. It was a local pastor and his wife that I attended it like only a few times after I moved to there. And they brought a lot of seaweed soup. It was a different kind of seaweed soup. I didn't even know them well because I just only attended the church like a few times, and then I don't know where they heard from, but they heard me that have had a baby, and then they finally said a good job to me, and the conversation naturally leads to my family in North Korea. I was telling them, yeah, that I miss my mom, and as I talking about my mom like that, and then out of blue, my tears were bursting out. I was so shocked because I don't know them well. I never cried in front of the strangers. And I was bursting tears out so much. I'm like, oh, like this. I'm like, I was so shocking as I'm crying. I'm like, can you stop it? I was fighting it. I couldn't stop. I was weeping so much. So I think they were shocking too, because it was normal conversation. And all of a sudden I was weeping. Like that was the moment that I couldn't control my feeling. I think that's the hormones, right? I couldn't control it. So I was weeping, like they were like, well, they didn't know what to do in front of me. So they're like, oh yeah, like they were just patting me like this. And that was so vulnerable moment that even my physical body, couldn't even handle it. And they left. And then the next morning, someone visited me again. It was our lady, and I didn't even know her. I thought I saw her somewhere, but I didn't really know who the lady was. And she said that she's from church. She brought all the like the baby powder, baby oil, all kind of baby stuff, and then just handed it to me. And then she was playing with the baby, and then I can see she was truly care about me. So I think she heard from the pastors, and then she, even though we didn't know very well, decided to visit me. I was so thankful for her. That moment stays with me forever. I appreciate so much. That's why when I was buying my first house, I hired her. She just passed the exam and became realtor, very new and didn't have experience. I didn't care. We bought a like expensive house. I hired her. That's how much I appreciated her. And she made a big deal, big business. And she did. Be nice and be kind to others, especially when they are in very, very vulnerable moment. Don't ignore them and don't stay away from them. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Now you know how loyal person I am, right? You guys means a lot to me, and I won't forget. Stay tuned. I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Love you.